Hey, what is going on, guys? It's Young here, and today I'm back with another Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be going over the best graphic settings to use here in Chapter 3. I want to share with you guys all the settings to use and to put on that are going to make your game look the best and also run the smoothest. So definitely stay to the end of the video if you guys want to know the best graphic settings here of Chapter 3. And real quick, before we get into the video, I have a VBuck giveaway. I bought a ton of these VBuck cards for you guys to have. If you guys would like to receive a card and enter the giveaway, all you guys have to do is simply drop a like on this video. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell and drop a comment down below of either your Xbox gamer tag, PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. I will be giving out one of these cards every single Friday. I will share the screenshot of the winner in the video, so make sure you guys stay updated if you are interested in winning free V-Bucks. And lastly, if you guys want to support me in the item shop, just go down to the bottom right, hit on support a creator, type in creator code Young Humor, and you guys will have me supported in the item shop as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be going over all of the best graphic settings to use and to try out if you guys want to make your game look as good as possible and run the best. So going to my video settings, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is my colorblind and brightness. I currently play on 150% brightness, but it really just comes down to personal preference and also the TV that you play on or your monitor. So for me, I like 150% the best, but a lot of players do play on like 100 or even 115. So it really doesn't matter too much exactly what your brightness is. But the next time I talk about is the user interface contrast. This doesn't matter, it only applies to the interface, so you can pretty much skip this as well. So as far as your colorblind mode, now for this one, I currently have it off, and there really isn't an advantage to using any other colorblind setting in this game. But if you guys want to try out the last one, the Tritanope, this one here is honestly pretty good. It does saturate the colors a little bit. Wouldn't recommend going to 10 because it looks a little bit washed out. But if you put it on maybe in between like a 4 or a 6, maybe even a 7, it can honestly look pretty good. And I would recommend this for console players because there really isn't a lot of options to improve your colorblind settings on console. The only thing that you can do is maybe try out this colorblind setting. And then what you want to do is you want to go to your monitor or your TV and you want to look through these settings on the TV. Try to find anything that has to do with color or saturation or even contrast, and that's going to make your game look the best if you are on console, because unfortunately you don't have the other graphics options available. So you want to make sure that you go into your TV or monitor, look through all the settings on there and see if you can find anything that could make your game look a little bit better, because most TVs do have some options to alter the picture quality a little bit. So looking through your settings on your TV or monitor is the best way to go if you are on console. But if you are on PC, you do have a couple more options for your graphic settings. So there is 2 options specifically that you can use. So if you want to have the best game and have it run the smoothest, I would recommend going to performance mode. I would recommend high meshes, and then I would have medium view distance with medium textures. I like high meshes over low meshes because low meshes just looks really, really bad. Of course, it'll give you the lowest input delay, and of course, it'll give you the highest FPS possible, but high meshes just looks a lot better and it doesn't destroy your FPS that much. So having it on high just looks a lot better, but performance mode really does have a big increase in FPS over the other 2 modes, which are DirectX 11 and DirectX 12. And then medium view distance is the best competitive setting, and then having it on medium for your textures is also really good as well. And the other option to make your visuals look a lot better but also not hurt your frame rate too bad, performance mode is going to be the best, but on DirectX 12, what you can do is you want to go over and copy all of the settings that I have here, because NVIDIA DLSS is honestly super good. It allows you to have better graphics, but it doesn't take up as much of your GPU, so you can run on higher graphics with higher frame rates, because as you can see with NVIDIA DLSS on, the render resolution is stuck at 50%, but it doesn't look like how normal 50% would look like, because if you normally just had 50% without NVIDIA DLSS, it looks horrible, but with NVIDIA DLSS, it's really good. But you want to copy these settings exactly here. And the reason for this is you don't want to have shadows because it's just horrible for playing the game. It makes it really hard to see. And then your post processing on as low as you can, because post processing I've seen is it has a lot to do with like a lot of light reflections and sun glare, which is really bad if you're trying to build upwards and then like the sun's above you. A lot of times it can shine in your eyes and it's just hard to see. So that's why you don't want to have that on. And then ray tracing, you want to have that setting off as well because it destroys your FPS as well. But NVIDIA DLSS is really good. You can also try on quality, which will make your FPS a little bit lower, but it definitely looks slightly better than on performance. But that's what I would recommend if you want to have good FPS but have better visuals. Another thing you can do if you are on PC is you just go to your NVIDIA control panel if you haven't already. It's a simple setting under the display. It's the adjust desktop color settings. And then you want to scroll down, and the only one you want to change is going to be the digital vibrance. You don't want to mess with any of the other settings because it can kind of make your games look kind of like, it could look okay in one game and then another game it could look really bad. So I don't really recommend messing with those. If you want to mess with anything, I'd recommend just doing it on the monitor. But you want to put your digital vibrance in between about like 67% to 87%. You don't want it at 100% because it makes your blues really washed out and your reds kind of turn orange. And then anything lower than 50%, your game just looks completely black and white. So about 67% to maybe even like 80% at most is the range you want to stay on for your digital vibrance. This is going to make your game look infinitely better and a lot more colorful, and that's one thing you can do on PC that's just so good. But like I said, you don't want to change any other settings on this because it could look really good for one game and then another game it could look really bad. So the only thing you want to mess with is the digital vibrance. I would leave all the other ones default. If you want to change the contrast, just do it on the monitor or TV itself. It's going to look a lot better than changing it in the NVIDIA control panel. But that's all of the graphic settings that I have here for Chapter 3. These are all the ones I think are the best. There's a couple different options. There's really not as much you can do for console, but like I said, a lot of monitors or TVs, pretty much all of them are going to have some type of color settings, some type of contrast settings or presets that can make your game look a lot better. And if you haven't looked for them, it's just going to be really easy to find in your TV settings. Just find your TV remote or a side button on the monitor or TV, and you can simply adjust it by clicking a few buttons. That's going to be the best way on console to have the best graphic settings. But if you're on PC, like I said, you have a couple more options. You can use the DirectX 12 and NVIDIA DLSS, and you can also go ahead and you can use the digital vibrance, which is in the NVIDIA control panel. If you are an AMD, there might be something similar on there, but most people do play with NVIDIA graphics cards. If you are an AMD, I'm not aware of the software, so I'm not really sure exactly what it would look like on that. But digital vibrance is honestly something that's so good to use, and it makes your game look 10 times better and a lot more colorful, and the colors do pop out with a higher saturation. But with that being said, I really appreciate all you guys watching the video. If you guys could, drop a like, hit that subscribe button. If you are new, hit the notification bell so you guys will get notified every single time I upload a new video. But with that being said, I appreciate all you guys watching the video. And alright guys, I'll see you next video.